What's good, guys? It's your boy Justin J coming to you with another video. Let's cook, boys. Let's cook. All right, The Invisible Man, part 2. So you feel alone, you feel like you don't have any friends, and you feel like the entire world's against you. This video is very important, and I was actually thinking about this for a couple of days now to do a part 2, just to get a little bit more personal into the background of my life, so you know that this confident person on the screen wasn't always so confident. You see, in that video, we go over, what it's like to feel like an invisible person. What it's like to feel like you don't matter, like nobody cares about you, nobody's there for you. But we also go over, once you realize who you are and you wake up, you begin to realize that you're not that invisible guy. You begin to get in touch with your emotions, and you can see the other side. You can see a better way. So a lot of dudes out there don't have friends and they feel invisible. They feel alone. Brother, you are not alone. It's a struggle that a lot of men go through, especially in their younger years. And even, I got off of a one-on-one call not too long ago, and there was a dude who was 44 years old who felt alone, like he had no friends. He had no out. He had no outlet, really to just kick his feet up. So in this video, I want to explain to you how, when you feel alone and you feel like you don't have any friends, it starts very young. For me, at least it did. When I was younger, I have brothers, cousin, uncle, all that, grandma, people that cared about me. And I was always in the church as a little kid. And, my grandma was really the glue and the foundation that kept us all together. I got to even see my father, even though I was raised by a single mother. He wasn't really around like that, but my grandma always found a way, to keep us together, and he would come around, and I would have my father, my brother, my cousin, my uncle, and all other types of family members. So, I grew up with a sense of family, and then one day it got taken all away from me. My grandma retired. She moved to Florida, and, I wanted to go with her so bad, but of course my mom would not let me go. So it felt like my whole family got ripped apart. All my loved ones got taken away from me. And as a kid, I spent a lot of time alone, playing video games, reading comic books, just being alone in my room, not really having a lot of friends. So, once I got into middle school, I started making friends. But I was going to alternative school. Now I want to touch on this topic because I know a lot of dudes grow up and they go to alternative schools. Or, you might be in special ed classes, or for some reason you might be on a medication and it makes you feel a certain type of way about yourself. So I was going to alternative school for behavioral issues, and there was always this barrier. I always felt like I was normal enough to hang out with the cool kids, after school, the kids who went to public school, but then I had to return right back to alternative school. So it was always this constant battle, like, I feel like I'm normal, but then again, I'm not normal, but what is normal? And it would always play with my head. So, throughout middle school, I made a lot of friends. And when I got to high school, I made a lot of friends. Now, I touch on this topic in another video. I forgot exactly which video it is, but whenever I go after something, I'm always good at it. I used to skateboard. I used to be a dope skateboarder. I used to know hella tricks, playing instruments, and then I became a basketball player. Then after that, I became a rapper, like anything. And I had a good song that was on SoundCloud, making noise through the town, going crazy, doing Hot 97 shows, 105.1 shows and stuff. And I ended up, getting in trouble, and those opportunities went away. But I'm just putting that out there to let you know, I always had people around me. I always had people looking up to me. I always had people wanting to reach out to me or be friends with me, but yet I would still feel all alone. You can have a bunch of people around you in a room, all wanting to talk to you, all wanting to gravitate towards you, and you can still feel alone. So, when I got back to high school, let's go back to high school, right? So when I got into high school, I made a bunch of friends, but yet I just didn't feel normal. I felt so alone. So then I tried to transition into public school, and I'll never forget, like, when I used to come around, everybody's like, yo, Justin, blah, blah, or Jay. They used to call me Jay, and everybody was like, oh, he's gonna go to our school now, this, that, and the third. And, I still felt alone, like I didn't fit in. So it didn't work out there. I went back to alternative school, and then, I would always hang out with, the coolest kids, kids that were popular after school, and it gave me a sense of relief to know that I could fit in there. But I really didn't fit in. I was just so broken all the time, and I never knew who I could trust. So it just made me feel more alone and more invisible. You see how that works? You would think, what's the problem? You've got a bunch of friends around you. See, I always thought different. That was another thing. I never really fit in because I didn't think the same as everyone else. And I was always dumbing myself down to be around everyone else, getting into trouble, not really going down the path that I want to go down. So I always felt like the world was against me. Why am I the only person who feels and thinks these things that it just seems like other people don't identify with? So I always felt alone. Now see, the part of the world being against you, from a very young age, my loved ones disappeared. Nobody, it didn't seem like anybody fought to stay in my life. So it starts there for me. And I always used to think, I must not be that guy that, people love like that. I might not be that special. I'm not that important. And see, when you have these thoughts in your head and they just keep breeding and they just keep, one problem piles on after the other, you have no choice but to go into this defense mode. And that's where you get that whole, the world's against me. But see, once I started getting older, I realized that, you are special, you are important. And the fact that you don't think like everyone else, it sets you apart. See, the invisible man doesn't believe that he has a beautiful mind. The invisible man thinks that he sticks out like a sore thumb because he doesn't follow the crowd. The invisible man does not appreciate his thought pattern. The invisible man can identify with emotions, but other people can't. The invisible man is very important to himself, yet he doesn't realize how important he is to himself until one day he wakes up. Because in between those younger years and growing up into adulthood, I realized that everybody else's shit isn't my shit. It really isn't. And see, when you don't have a lot of friends and you stick to yourself and you stick to the script and you know that you're that dude, when you finally wake up, you see it as a good thing. No longer do I feel like the world's against me. I actually feel like a lot of men feel the same way that I feel. And that's why I started this channel. Why do you think my videos sound so relatable? Why do you think I keep it on the humble? I'm not a celebrity. I'm not popular. I'm not trying to be anything else but Justin J. When you come up and you don't know exactly what feelings are, you will tend to gravitate towards people in the streets. You will gravitate towards other people's families that welcome you in. That's another thing that, was a big part of my life when I was younger. I would never want to come home. I had no family dynamic, so I was always at my friend's house and, their families always took me in. Walk into somebody's house, open the refrigerator. Hey, do you need something to eat? Hey, do you want to go grocery shopping with us? Hey, do you want to come along to this family event? And I always felt a sense of security there, but not within myself. It was something I was always missing. So that's why I always just wanted to run away from home. I never wanted to listen. I never wanted to be obedient. I never wanted to, because I always felt like, why don't the people who are supposed to love me the most actually care about me and love me and want to take care of me and water that seed and watch it develop into a beautiful plant that thrives, full of life? But now I water my own seed and I keep growing every day and I appreciate my beautiful mind. I let that part of my life go. So just know this, if you feel alone, you feel like you don't have any friends and the world's against you, that's fine. Identify with those feelings and those emotions, because that beautiful soul that you have, that beautiful mind that you have, it should be important. It should be important to you first. And the thing about not having friends is, you're not going to make a lot of friends. Your friend circle is not supposed to be huge. And if it is, kudos to you. But it's really not supposed to be, because when you're rare, authentic, you say what you mean and you mean what you say and you get shit done. There are not a lot of individuals out in this world that are like that, that cannot be swayed, that cannot be moved, that doesn't believe in nonsense and fairy tales. You see, when I grew up and I got into, my adult years and I started getting things right, I understood very clear. I understood very clear what was important to me. The relationships that I make now, the conversations that I have now are meaningful or purposeful. I want to give back. But first I had to understand myself. See, you're always going to feel, like the world's against you if you don't understand yourself, because you're always going to be looking for outside validation, when the validation should only come from the inside. I never used to love myself before. I used to say I did, but I didn't. And I always used to place that, that trauma and that blame on other people because, yeah, they left my life. Yeah, they snaked me. Yeah, they didn't want the best for me. But is that for me to walk around and carry? Do I carry that burden on my back, or do I let it fuel me and say that's their shit? It's not my shit. And I just march to the beat of my own drum. Forward progress. You see, the world is actually against you as a man because you have to go out there and get your own results. Put them out to the world. And all of a sudden you realize that everyone respects you. You're going to have people trying to be like you, people trying to come in your situation. But once you realize who you are, none of these outside sources and influences actually matter. Because as a man, you have to be comfortable being alone. See, the reason why all of that pain, all of those negative thoughts, that negative energy I was projecting out into the world was really me just crying out for help, but not help from other people. I'm crying out to the Lord for help. Why don't I understand myself? Why is this happening to me? What's happening to me? Things were happening for me. They weren't happening to me. And once I woke up and realized that, I don't have any ill will against my own father. My own brother, he's out there living his life. We don't have the best relationship till this day. Friends that I grew up with that snaked me, no ill will. Because it's about me. When I look in the mirror now, I'm thankful that I became, this version of myself, that I put myself to the test, that I didn't let all of these negative influences, these negative thoughts really cloud my brain and really affect who I became as a human being. Because see, I seen a lot of people fumble with that mindset of the world's against me and I have no friends, nobody loves me. I've seen a bunch of people crumble, end up drug addicts, end up homeless, end up just being the street walker, the street dweller. No family, nothing to show for their lives. And see, if I did not break that chain, if I didn't break through those chains, I could be just like them. But I identify with why they became who they became. Out here, you have to be mentally strong as a man. Everything is on you, not other people's shit, not other people's opinions, not what society thinks. But for you to progress as a man, everything is on you. So we have to shake that mindset. We have to love ourselves. And then once we identify with these negative emotions and we use them as fuel, we can actually be better to somebody else. So when somebody does see that beautiful soul that you have, like when somebody can really see that and feel that energy, and they notice that you have that beautiful mind, they will see value, and you will be able to see value back. And you can keep that person around. See, the family dynamic I had before always had me hurting people. A lot of the times it wasn't even intentional. And a lot of the times it was intentional. But it was because I was hurting, and hurt people hurt people. So if you really feel like nobody loves you and the world is out to just get you and judge you, don't kick yourself in the back. Don't stab yourself in the back. Don't self-sabotage. Try to find an outlet. Think about exactly what it is you want out of life and just keep pushing forward. And if you don't have friends right now, that's okay. You have to be your own best friend. And this is a part of the video I really want a lot of men to, just really hone in on, please listen to this part. It is very important that you are your own best friend, because look, I've been on this earth for 32 years. Nobody knows me better than I know me. So why wouldn't I love myself? Why wouldn't I trust myself? Why wouldn't I dig deep to give myself the best outcome in any situation I put myself in? Because I'm my own best friend. Positive self-talk. I know you hear me say that in the videos. You need to have positive self-talk. When those negative thoughts come creeping in your brain, you have to just swat them away. And think about all the positive thoughts. Because that's the discernment, the good part of your brain that wants the best for you, that wants you to win. You have to focus there. Forget all the people that don't love you. Forget the invisible man. Leave him in the past. Don't let him come back. Once you start thriving in life and you love yourself and you can just look at yourself in the mirror and say, yo, I did that. I achieved that. I accomplished that. I'm proud of myself. More W's just start to stack up and stack up and stack up. You keep winning. Let the hurt go. Let the pain go. You know, like I said before, you're not going to have a lot of friends when you are him, because they are them. Once I realized this stuff, there was no turning back. You might have days where you feel like shit. You might have days still where you feel like the world's against you. And that's okay. Because you should use those emotions as fuel. You should use those negative thoughts as fuel. The invisible man is going to be seen one day. How will he handle that pressure? See, the invisible man kind of doesn't have anything to worry about when he's invisible, yet he has so much to worry about. But on the other side, once you make it to the other side, you got way more to worry about. So what really matters? How you feel about yourself, what you think about yourself, or, you know, these friends, these loved ones that don't really love you like that, society, your teacher thinks you're going to be a loser, all this stuff. Yeah, my teachers thought I'd be a loser too. Look at me now. Don't let anybody make you feel invisible. Don't make yourself feel low. It's a battle. It's a struggle. Like I said before, people are on medication. People have messed up family dynamics. You know, people have friends that they thought cared about them that snaked them. And that's okay. A lot of the stuff that we take to heart and we think is a big deal, it just makes us feel that much more invisible when it should not be that way. You're a star and you shine bright. Like I always say, in this life, they're going to try to diminish that light, but you just can't let them do it. You know, when you're younger and you go through these mishaps and these slips and these mistakes, you have to pick yourself back up in the later years. See, we can't harp on the old bullshit and stay there, because if we do, we'll just be a shell of ourselves. We will never make it. We will never reach and elevate to those heights that we were born to reach and get to. You were put here to be great. Like I always say, there's going to be winners and losers. But when you feel like a winner and you know that you're a winner and you wake up every day and you achieve things, you stand out from the rest. How could you be invisible? No, you're not invisible. You're just different. We're going to get rid of that invisible man. We are going to work on ourselves on this channel. We are going to love ourselves on this channel, because you're the opportunity as a man. If you're watching this video right now and you feel like the world's against you, you don't have any friends, you feel like everything's been taken away from you, just know that this is the time that we're taking our power back. One brother at a time, I'm lifting you up. And I'm putting my brothers on my back, because I'm built for this. Spent too much time in the shadows, in the background, almost making it, but falling off, thinking, why me? That guy's gone. The invisible man is never coming back. Love yourself. Stay on the right path. Everything that you want to attract, you can manifest. You will attract it. Don't worry about the hurt. Don't worry about the pain. Let it fuel you and become that beast, because you're unstoppable. The only person that can get in your way is you, is that invisible man. But who are you going to be? The invisible man, or are you going to be the star that shines bright? Because the choice is yours. Nobody's stealing that choice from you. Nobody's stealing that opportunity from you. I want all my brothers to wake up. When you're different, you're not going to have a lot of friends. When you say what is and you don't go off of feelings and emotions and trying to make other people happy, you're not going to have a lot of loved ones that really want to gravitate towards you like that, because they're looking for answers, yet they don't want the real answers. Sometimes people have to go, and that's perfectly fine. They might not love you that much. They might love you less, when they go away. But what's most important is self-love and how you love yourself. So do you love yourself any less? No, you need to love yourself more. You feel like the world's against you? That's always going to be happening when you stand on your own shit. You stand on your square. You're not moving off of it. You think for yourself. You march to the sound of your own drums, okay? That's going to happen. But you need to realize that you are him and they are them. Don't get down on yourself. Don't love yourself any less. Don't stop believing in yourself. Brothers, please do not watch this video and just let it go over your head. You are important. You are the opportunity. You are the star, and you shine bright. Don't go back to being that invisible man. And if you feel like you're still that invisible man, well, I got good news for you. Today, you can take the first step into your new life. And as you keep progressing, there's no turning back. Get on your shit. Get on your purpose. Get on your grind. Love yourself. Appreciate yourself. I don't care. Give yourself a fucking hug if you need to. Kiss my own forehead. Because I know I'm that dude. I'm unstoppable, undeniable, because I'm the truth and I speak the truth. See, I want to give back to my brothers that feel like I used to feel, because I don't feel like that anymore. And I identify with it. You're not a loser. You're not less than. You're none of that stuff. You're the opportunity, and it's all inside of you. Don't squander that dream. Don't squander that gift. Don't squander those thoughts, that beautiful mind that you have. Don't do it. Because you're only letting yourself down. There is always time to rebuild, come back, and explode. The ones that didn't believe in you, the ones that just looked right through you like you weren't there, it's cool. Because they're going to see you one day. It might not be today, but they are going to see you one day. Let's go. It's your boy, Justin J. Get with you boys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go, boys. Let's go.